Introducing the man, the myth, the legend, Barry the Bandit. Light on Vigor, big on hearts, Barry's a master of stealth, lethal with a bow and knife, sharp sticks, and even harsh language. For this series, we're going to focus on Arcane and Dexterity as our primary damage dealing stats, with a heavier focus on Arcane as we head into the late game. Throughout the playthrough, we shall be covering a wide variety of weapons with an emphasis on the aforementioned damage dealing stats, as well as taking advantage of the Dragon Communion Incantations to add support damage. My name is Nutbudgie. This is Barry. Welcome to How to Build a Bandit. So in this video we're going to focus on acquiring two key items, the Arrow's Reach Talisman and the Twin Blade. Once those are acquired, we'll cover how to go about farming the items necessary to craft the arrows needed to get this build off the ground. Once we're all set up, we'll put this into practice and we'll go clear the gate from ruins. So what is the Arrow's Reach Talisman? The Arrow's Reach Talisman is an essential part of any budding archer toolkit. It adds an additional 65% to the effective range of all bows, crossbows, ballistas and great bows. This is important to a current build because the longbow's inbuilt weapon art is the afore Mighty Shot, which already adds both additional range and additional damage to arrows fired in exchange for FP. Paired together, the two items are a very happy marriage. So where do we find it? The closest side of Grace is the Stormhill Shacks. We'll jump there first. Let's get down there now. Like so. Now once here we're going to head southeast. We want to head in this direction. We're going to wake up some wolves. Try not to worry about them too much. We'll just run straight past them. You want to stick to the left-hand side here because on the right there is a stone golem that's kind of laying in the ground dormant. But if you get too close, he does actually activate, which is a bit of a pain in the nuts. Just about here you can see where I want to go. This is a great sheep farming spot. We'll come back here a bit later in the video. But for now we want to get straight down. There's some wolves on this side as well. I want to avoid them too, thinking about it. Now, this is not an exact science we're about to do, so we don't want to get too close. They're actually guarded by three dudes, right? One of which, the two inside not too bad, but this guy coming out now, he's actually scary. So, what we're going to do, we're going to get a bow out. I don't know, can we? No. Yeah. That's... No! Alright. Alright. But now he's scary. There we go. Alright. That wasn't exactly clinical, but we got it done. You gotta be careful. Oh, there's a wolf there. We're gonna take on you as well when I'm thinking about it. Don't worry if you die there, because the side of Grace is very close. There's two wolves. Brilliant. Okay. Hello. Well, we'll get some XP, we'll get some free thin beast bones. We're going to need a lot of thin beast bones, I'm going to tell you that for free, but we'll do that very shortly. When we just get through, we need to get done here first. You know what's probably a good idea? If you, as I said, if you die, don't worry about it too much. You can always get back. We haven't got too many runes on our person. Just make sure you pick up what you do have, because we do need to use those in a bit. And then the next thing on the list is... this guy's going to wake up. So come on then. Should we got the kukris? No. Did I not equip those? I did. Right. Let's take on this guy. There you go. Jobs are good. So we get an enemy group refill. Now what we want here is the Arrow's Reach Talisman. So, let's have a quick look at that. I'll pop that in now. We don't need it right this very minute, but that's quite useful to have on our person as of now. So let's, yeah, equip that. Right, I'm going to unequip those, just don't need them. Unequip that. Okay. Right, so the next thing we need to do is head down to the Church of Ella to pick up our other item. So that's relatively painless. No, do we want to be here? No, we don't want to be this. We want to be the first step. We can get there from the Church of Ella, but that makes more sense from here. Right, so we want to be heading directly this way. We're going to get on Torrent. I say we're going to get on Torrent like this. It's actually good that it's daytime because bats spawn here at night. It's a real pain in the ass. There's a couple down there, but we'll just give them a wide berth. Right. Now, there's an item we want to pick up just here. What I would suggest you do is get off your horse and crouch, because you don't want to fall down this hole. I've done it many times. It's not cool. This is smithing stones. We'll get that. That means we now have the ability to level up our bow to +1 when the time comes. We'll do that a bit later on in the video. So let's this way. Now there is an item. I don't know why I did that. Down here, we have to kill quite a tough enemy. There's an actual warden there we want this and a talisman, but we'll do that in a bit. Not this video. We'll get kitted out first, then we'll go start clearing up some content. So the item we want is in here. Now there is a couple of things here, but we want to make sure we go to this side here. You have to jump over the wall with the horse. You can't do it on foot, unfortunately. So we're going to run down here. Oop, and we're going to pick up the twin blade. Like so. So we get that. Now we have the twin blade. So let's have a quick look at that, shall we? We can't use it yet because we don't have enough dexterity, but we are going to get the way. I'm going to strength either, but we'll deal with all that in due course. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, we should have it maxed out at the end of this video. It's a cool weapon. Very cool. It's very fast, which is... Right, those boys are being silly. Right, so the next thing on our agenda is farming. So in order to do that, we're going to jump down to the Stormwell Shack. And I'll talk through what we need to do from there. Yep. Now we're here. So from here, the most efficient way to do it is run this way. Alright, we're looking for a small hut and a site of grace. I know we haven't got the map yet, but we'll sort that out by the end of this video. Alright, the map is not pivotal. We're going to watch out for these dudes here, because as you can see, as you've seen, they are quite aggressive, so we're going to avoid those for the moment. We want this sort of grace. There is actually something items you can farm here as well, thinking about it, but we'll talk you through it in a moment. So this is Recruiting Banal. He's part of the Volcano Manor quest line, and we'll eventually kill him. But for the moment, what he does, he sells Acid War, none of which are very useful to us for now. He does sell No Skill, which we're going to use when we get a better shield, but for now, that's not a problem. All we want is Side of Grace. Like so. We're going to get back on Torrent, and we want to head this way. We're going to pick up these. This is root resin. This is actually a very good farming spot, because you can use root resin to build fire grease and blood grease and all the other fun things. There's a camp there we're probably going to clear next episode, I think. That's where we get our... I believe that's where we get our shield from. Oops. I think I've triggered everybody. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, boys. Yeah, we can snipe our way through that. It's pretty good fun. Now here is Smoldering Butterfly, which we will need to make our arrows. We should probably talk through that in a bit. Yeah. I recommend you kill these because you won't be able to fast travel without them. No. Alright. Sometimes they drop Smoldering Butterfly. Now there is a Smoldering Smithing Stone 1. We don't need that right now. We will pick it up later. We haven't got any weapons that will use it for the moment, so it's kind of irrelevant. There's also a dude, a knight on horseback, who has an actual war we can use, but we'll ignore all that for now. So, what are we killing those for? Let's backtrack and explain. So since we've got the crafting kit, we can build firebone arrows, firebone fletched arrows, and bolts. The firebone arrows take less resources, but the fletched arrows fly further, do slightly more damage. So with the arrows reach and longbow, mighty sharp, these allow us to one-shot a lot of early enemies. So this is kind of how we get the build off the ground. Now, obviously, Smoldering Butterfly needs to pick up. You get more bang for your buck for the Smoldering Butterfly and the Flight Pinions. Thin Beast Bones we're going to have to farm a lot more of, because it takes 3 per 10 arrows, which is a bit annoying, but that's okay. Now, you know where to get Smoldering Butterfly. Let's figure out where to get some Flight Pinions. Now, there are 2 places I would recommend. The first of which is the Gatefront Ruins. and not directly here. What we're going to do is run straight through the camp again. Ignore everything else. In fact, there are some sonic butterfly on the right hand side just here. So run through. We'll pick these up. Thank you. Hi boys. Ignore him because he will mess us up real quick. Pick that. Yep, gotcha. We want to get this side of grace. That'll reset everybody back to their ones. I'll do that. Thank you very much. But we don't need to rest. Sod it. Keep moving. Give the dude on the right, the left, sorry, a wide berth, because he will, on horseback, those things are a force to be reckoned with. There's an NPC here who's going to shout and ignore us. We will come, we'll pick up this though.
Could you help us out?
Not now. I will, but not now. He gives us 10 mushrooms and he comes, reappears in the coastal cave. It's an NPC named Bok. He's a demi-human.
Yeah, you there?
No, not now. Ignore those. That is an ash of war that's not very good, useful to us in the short term. We will pick it up when we run over that bridge and tackle that area. Now, first thing we want to do is kill them. We're not set up ideally to kill these, but it is what it is. See? Nope. This is not going to go well, right? There's a better way to do it, but sometimes you get lucky with these. There's an ash of war that will help with this a lot, and once we get the Crim Blade up and running, we'll be able to do a lot more. So, 1 out of 3. Good ratio, not bad. Good ratio. So, we're gonna buy it. That was good. Right. All right. Making up lots of time. Cool. There's another one on this side. These also drop, I don't know if we picked any up yet, they also drop four-toed fowl-foot, which you use to make gold picker fowl-foots and silver picker fowl-foots. We haven't got any recipes for those yet, but to make you aware. Right, some more here. Yeah, see, four-toed fowl-foot. Obviously, the benefit of an arcane build is arcane gives you more discovery. Obviously, at 14 it's not as high. It's a higher percentage than some of the other characters, for example, but it's not a massive amount. But as our arcane levels up, this sort of thing becomes a lot easier because we have a lot more luck, if you like, when farming items. No, really, he fell down there, didn't he? He did. Oh well, lost to the ages. While we're here, actually, there. Oh, there's some here. All right, cool. We'll get this side of grace, and then I'll just. So there's a herb here. This is a good side of grace to get because there are a couple of caves you want to tackle when we jump down. Also, it gives us a good foothold into the next area of Limgrave. We don't need to level up just yet. We're gonna hold out. I know we're running with a few runes, but you're just gonna have to grin and bear it. Be careful. If you die, as long as you pick them up, you're okay. Was. There are some items here I was going to just demonstrate. No. Also missed everything's here, isn't it? Yeah. I didn't really want to activate the rules. Those are tarnished gold and sunfell. We'll talk to you guys in a bit. We don't need them right now. So there is a cookbook here. Now we're just going to have to give this guy a wide berth. He will mess us up real quick. That's all we really want from that camp. But we'll show you what that cookbook does. There's not a problem. As long as you're on a straight line, they won't follow. You can outpace them. What we'll do, we'll jump down here. And we will. Oh, we can. I forgot we can amend our flask. Yes. I like our flask. What I actually want to do is. No, we'll do that in a minute. We'll explain why we do that when we do it. So the inventory. Nomadic Warriors Group 7. That was from the no, it's not that one. Armor Group 1. This allows us to make fire grease, draw stick fire grease, fireproof liver. So if we go back to crafting, we can now make fire grease for our weapons. It's not really going to help us a great deal, but it might come in handy for the camp. But we're going to be using our bow to clear most of the gate front ruins. So what we want to do now is show you another spot. If you find that run a bit too awkward, there is another place that we can farm the flight penny feathers. In my opinion, it's a bit easier. But I just wanted to give you a couple of options. You might have more luck than me, so. Again, we're going to run down this way, and what we're going to do, we've got to give this troll a wide berth. Because he is... if you activate him, he will... We can kill it while the beat... Oh, shit. No, we're okay. Yeah, he will really ruin our day. So some here. Just keep dropping everything. That's so annoying. Right, okay. Now there are these penguins on the rocks, and these guys for some reason are a bit slower on the uptake. That one was a bad example, but typically speaking, they don't run that much. Let's see. For whatever reason, they just don't. Snatch of ore, isn't it? We'll ignore that. We don't need it. We're here for the feathers, not bar. We're here for the feathers. Yeah, that's weird. So if you find this easy... Ignore it, not bar. Ignore it. You don't want it. Alright, got this away. Some more just up here. And there's one dude here just chilling out. We'll try and get a sneak attack on him now, like this. Yep. You gotta watch out when they do that barbaric roar. Basically, they start doing massive mad combo attacks that can really upset your day. They upset my qualm anyway. So that is what are we doing? 20 flight pinions. That will make us more than enough arrows. So that's fine. Those. So now we just need a bit more spotted butterfly and a bit more thin beast bones. So we'll show you where to pick up the thin beast bones, and I will probably put a cut while I farm a bit. We don't need like a huge amount. Actually, we'll probably be fine thinking about it. No. Let's jump to Stormhill Shack. Let's go sheep hunting. Like so. So once again, we're going to go this way. We'll jump up here, like so. Now this is annoying as it stands. A lot of them will run away and disperse, so don't stress too much of it if you find it a bit frustrating. Is he on horseback? No, it's not. We'll get some. Yeah, we're not. This is not optimal with the knife. It's a lot easier with the twin blade, but we haven't maxed it out yet. So it is what it is, right? And now we need to kill this dude. Hello. Normally I get annoyed when they run at me, but it's when you're trying to farm them, it's actually very helpful. Come on, man. Not bad. Yeah, it's not the most fun you ever can have in your life. There is, you can get the Astral Ball Gravitas, makes this a bit easier. And obviously the Twin Blade has more reach, you can kind of swoop in on turrets and just kind of do sweeping attacks that will kill a few. Now again, be mindful of the golem. Although there is a smithing stone behind him, so maybe... How are we doing? Need more. Right. Go over here. Why did he just chill out? Interesting. What a fool. Okay, any more for any more? No. We got enough. We got enough. So, let's go get this smithing stone while I'm thinking about it. It will come in handy. If it's not a smithing stone, I'm going to be mortified, but I'm sure there is. Hello. Got a lucky sheep. Just don't do enough damage for this time. Right. Anyway. You now know where to farm the items needed to get the arrows, so we're not gonna waste any more time doing that. So there is an item here, is there not? Is it a smithy stone or is it a ruin? I'm sure it's a smithy stone. Smithy stone one, yeah. We're going to need quite a few, because there's a few items we're going to be leveling up to utilise in this build. Because obviously we have the great knife. We're going to be using this knife a bit. We've got the swim blade and we're going to be using the longbow and the short bow. Longbow mainly for the time being, but the short bow is also going to be in effect as we get further in. Godric Soldier. Just careful not, we don't need those. Careful not to bump into the jellyfish, because it then triggers when they get aggressive and they start spraying poison at you, which is very annoying. Very. Get to the shack, number. Get to the shack. Ignore the wolves. They'll all come for me in a minute, but that's okay. That's okay. Right, so what I would suggest you do, if we have enough arrows to take on the Gateway Ruins, which is where we're going to go next, but if you are worried or you want to push ahead, what I would do is just take 20 minutes, do some farming, get yourself a... Once you got about 200 arrows or so, you're set for a good long while with this build, because by that point we will have other weapons we can use. We're not pure archer build by any stretch. In fact, a pure archer build in this game I don't think is really... you're not going to finish the game with a bow, right? But it is useful to clear out certain enemies and pick, very useful for a bit of sniping, thin the herd, or just activate an attack or acquire, apply status effect. So let's, if you need a moment, take your moment, and I'll rejoin you at the Gateway Ruins, okay? Right, so before we get to the Gateway Ruins, the first thing we want to do is actually dip down to the Church Fellow. We're going to level up a bit, so we can actually use our longbow, and we're also going to use the smithing stones required to level up boat up. So we'll do that first. Strength and armament. Longbow, here we go. That's +1, so that does a bit more damage. Next thing we want to do, we're going to equip it. We don't, it'll say we can't use it, but that's not a problem. Yeah, trust me, we'll be able to use it. Now we're going to drop down here. We can level up. We're going to put a point into strength because it will need it for the twin blade, although we won't be able to use the twin blade just yet. It'll also come handy for the shield we're going to pick up in a bit. That should take us to Dexterity 15. Obviously, we're still a bit short, but by the time we clear the gate from ruins and cache any ruins we require, we should be able to be pretty close to level 18, right? So, let's go. Alright. Now, the last thing we want to do is do some crafting. So if we go to, we'll just push it 6. That gives us 60 arrows, and that will be more than enough to clear the camp. Okay, you can see why the farming. The real bottleneck is the thin beef bones. You would have to spend some time farming sheep, but we just needed enough to get through the camp. So let's jump to the gate front. I'll check if it's daytime or nighttime. I think it's daytime. We're good. Right, so we've got the bow, we've got the arrows. We're ready to go. So let's put the build into practice. Let's show you how this works. So we should, if you hold your left trigger, this will activate your mighty shot. Then your right trigger for the fire arrows. Boom. There you go. One shot. That is so now we won't be able to one shot everything, but this is enough to get you going. Oh, we got Codric Soldier Gauntlets. Sweet. We won't be able to use those for now because they're too heavy, but now this is the Lordsworn's Greatsword. We won't be using this because it requires a minimum strength of 16. We could two-hand it maybe, or nearly, or if we had a Flask of Physique, but great swords are not really part of our remit on this particular character. So this guy here. Oh, don't want to do that. He's a bugle player, so we've got to kill him quick, right? Because if he sounds the alarm, he'll wake up to activate the entire camp, which we very much don't want. Fortunately, we can just one-shot him with fire. I love this bow. I love it. Right, so good night. You go this way. You know what I've done? I forgot to. We needed another blue flask, so we're gonna have to be a bit more sparing with the arrows than I would have otherwise liked, but it's okay. Not sparing with the arrows, sparing with mighty shot, because we need to have enough to summon. Why did that not? Oh no, it wasn't his weapon. Oh. Alright. We should just sneak attack with our fist. That's gonna be the first time I've ever tried that. Right. Most of the dogs I care about. Save some by blue. Take down this dude. So that's how it should go down the last time. Aggro range on those guys. No, right. Right, now we're going to double back. Oh, the bats are away. Of course they are. The way time works in this game baffles me sometimes. If you rest from night to daytime, sometimes it won't, yeah. It doesn't, time doesn't marry up so well. Sometimes it'll still be night. Or if you rest from night to day, from day to night, sometimes it won't actually be night. I think we're just gonna take on this guy. Right. Sweet deals. Go back to crouch. We don't need early flowers at all, they're not relevant to our build. Right, hello. So here is the flail. The flail is a weapon we can actually use because we are going to be pumping dex. It's not a great weapon. If we look. In fact, it's not very good at all. The skill art, Wild Strike, Spinning Chain is dog shit. We can get Wild Strikes for it, which is pretty good, but we'll think about that. It's a good strike weapon. Well, it's not a good. It's not a good strike weapon. It's a strike weapon which will come in handy later on. So we might be able to get some use out of it. We might. So I think this dude's on his own now, isn't he? Yeah. So I think it's time. On the walls. Right. And they will. There we go. That wasn't it. What are we missing? That was him. Oh, we killed him already. Well, he will now. Good night, sir. There we go. And that is... We've got Lord Swan Straight Sword. That is a score. That is actually good for us. That we could use that quite happily. That's a bit more quality weapon. We can keep that. See, this we don't need. Yeah, I might keep that. Yeah, okay. Oh, we've got two. Of course we do. So we now have the map, which is good. The next thing we need to do is just pick up the what's going down here with the whetstone knife. Doesn't he open when he crouches for some reason? That's weird. But anyway. Got the Ashfall Storm Song, which is never going to be used. And we get the whetstone knife. This allows us to apply Ashes Water to some weapons. I mean, it won't really help us in the short term. We haven't got any Ashes Water I want to use. Well, we can play around with that next video. So, what I think about what I want to do next. There's a lot of stuff we need to get the build up and running. But the arrows are the most important thing, so. Feeling good. Feeling good. Let's see if we've got enough to level up. Actually, activate the twin blade. Yes. Not quite. Okay. Do we have enough? No, we got one of those. Alright, well, we're one level away from being able to use the twin blade, so it's not the end of the world. We can sort that out in beginning of the next video. It's easy to get. Runes in this game are easy to come by. Easy to come by. So, little action man roll. Thank you very much for watching. And see you next time. Bye bye now.